Hi friends, Catherine Kerber, your candidate for mayor of Bay Village, here with another short video of things I think you should know as the November 4th election day approaches. Today I'd like to talk about advocacy, particularly as it relates to the electrical grid and our tree canopy. Advocacy for anything requires consistency. You can't just advocate for something when it's popular or convenient or when it's an election season. You have to advocate for it all the time in order to be effective. Regarding the electrical grid, I had a conversation a little bit ago with Bride Rose Sweeney, our state representative, and Chris Glassburn, the state representative for the North Olmsted area. It's all on my YouTube channel. It's just over half an hour long if you're interested. A lot of good information about what's going on and how they're hoping to hold First Energy accountable for repairs to the electrical grid in Bay Village and surrounding communities. One thing that was mentioned is that the best way to advocate for getting the electrical grid repaired is for the local government to contact First Energy and just keep pushing and pushing for repairs. And they said that that has not been done for Bay Village in recent memory. So there's been no advocacy from Bay Village government for repairing the electrical grid. Now, I know I worked for Bay Village for 6 years, and the standard answer, if anybody called about a power outage, was contact First Energy. The resident was instructed to contact First Energy. It's not the city's job. It's not the city's electrical grid, and it was left to the resident to contact First Energy. When really, it would have been much more effective, it makes sense, for the mayor to track all of these problems and keep First Energy updated with all of the issues that we're having as we go, instead of leaving it all to the residents. So if we had a mayor who was advocating for us consistently, not just in an election season, we'd have 8 years of advocacy from the current mayor under our belts. Instead, he had his first local community meeting about the electrical grid last week. So we need someone who understands what it means to advocate about things that are important to the residents consistently. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the tree canopy. I did a lot of work when I worked for the city getting grants to plant more trees, and so we have been able to plant a lot of trees, but there's so much more that we can do. And a lot of bolstering our tree canopy is advocating with residents on how they can better manage their trees, where they can plant more trees, where they don't have to take trees down. We can do a lot of incentivizing to get people to keep their trees and have some fees if people want to take their trees down. There's a lot we can do for that hasn't been done. The current mayor is now suddenly very interested in trees. They're even having an Arbor Day festival this coming weekend. Arbor Day is actually in April, but for some reason they're having one in October, very conveniently, a couple of weeks before Election Day. Interestingly, the first time that I know of that the current mayor has attended an Arbor Day celebration for Bay Village is this past April when it was held in conjunction with Avon Lake. I don't know that he's ever been to one before that, and I've been to them. So we're having one this Saturday in Bay Village, and I hope you can attend. I'll be there. And I just want to, reinforce that we're hearing a lot these days about these issues, but it hasn't been consistent for the last 8 years. We've lost out on 8 years of advocacy for these things. And I hope you will consider that as you make your choice on November 4th. If you have any questions about any of this, please let me know. I think you know how to contact me by now. And I'll be back with another video pretty soon. Thanks. Bye.